In this objective, we have to determine the equation of a line given 2 points on the line. So I want you to think about the fact that if you know 2 points, what can you find? You've got this point and this point. You can find the, hope you're thinking slope. Okay, so if we're given 2 points, we can find the slope. And then since we know the slope, we can use the slope and one of our points in point-slope form. Right now we just have the points. We need to find the slope so that we can use point-slope. So here we go. Number 1. First thing I need to do is find the slope. Given the 2 points, that's really all I can do. So I'm going to put my y values on the top, -6 minus -2. I'm going to put my x values on the bottom and align them up under their corresponding y's. So -6 needs to go with -5. I'm going to subtract the -2y value, went with -6 as an x value. So there you go. Y is on the top, x is on the bottom. Those two go together, and those two go together, and I have to remember to subtract that. -6 minus -2 is the same as -6 plus 2. And -5 minus -6 is -5 plus 6. 2 minus 6 is -4. And 6 minus 5 is 1, which gives me a slope of just -4. Okay, now that we have the slope, we can take one of these points, and honestly it doesn't matter which one, you'll still get the same answer. I'm going to go ahead and start with this point. Now we're going to fill those in now that we have the slope and we have a point. That was terrible. We have a point. We can use point-slope form. So y minus our y value of -2 equals m, which we just discovered was -4, times x minus our x value, which is -6. Close that one and close that one. Okay, y minus -2 is the same as y plus 2. And then -4 times, this would be the same as x plus 6. All right, that's point-slope form, but they want me to have it in, it looks like, slope-intercept form. So let's solve for y. I can subtract 2, but I want to wait until after I distribute. Let's take care of those parentheses first. So -4 times x is -4x. And then -4 times 6 gives us -24. Now I can subtract 2 from this side. I'm going to subtract the 2 from the constant. So we have y equals -4x. -24 minus 2 more is -26. So we need -4x minus 26. That would be, let's look carefully at our signs, -4x minus 26, choice A. Number 2 is pretty much like number 1. You would do the exact same thing. So let's take a look at number 3 together. Number 3. This time they've got all the answer choices in standard form. So we're just going to have to do a little bit different work down here at the end. When we look at it, we see that we have 2 different points. Since we have 2 points, pretty much the only thing we can do right now is to find the slope. So remember, we want to put our y values on the top. I have 0 and 6. I think I'll put them as 6 minus 0. So it's a positive result. Now I need to line up my x's. See, I used up those y values. The x value of 0 belongs with the y value of 6. Put my minus sign in. And the x value of -4 belongs with the y value 0. So we have negative 4. 6 minus 0 is 6. 0 plus 4 is 4. That means we have a slope of simplified 3 over 2. Okay, so now point slope form, y minus one of our y values. Let's use this point right here. So my y value is 0. Y minus 0 equals the slope, which is 3 over 2, times x minus the x value, which is negative 4. Remember, this is all just coming from the reference sheet. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Take a look at the reference sheet. Go back a couple of videos. Check out the couple of videos right before this where we did a lot of work with point slope form. Okay, y minus 0, because I can see these are all in standard form, so I need to get my x and my y onto the same side. Y minus 0 is just y. And I keep the 3 over 2 for now, times x minus negative 4 is the same as x plus 4. Okay, let's go ahead and distribute this 3 over 2. So y equals 3 over 2 times x plus, remember that that's really 4 over 1. So 3 times 4 is 12, and 2 times 1 is 2. I think the next thing that we'd like to do is to multiply everything by 2 so we can get rid of these denominators. So we get 2y equals, when I multiply by 2, those will cancel out. So we just have 3x. Multiply by 2 here, and I just get 12. We're almost done. We want this in standard form, so I need to get x and y on the same side. I'm going to subtract 2y from this side. And then I'm going to subtract 12 from both sides. So my final result is negative 12 equals 3x minus 2y. So we want, let's see, 3x minus 2y. 3x minus 2y equals negative 12. That would be answer choice D.